Sindh, let's catch it. Sindh is on fire. Balochistan, we only started speaking now, 2 years back. Why? Offensively into Pakistan, that is where we start supporting Sindh movement. Gilgit, Hunza, Skardu, all the Aksaitin area, everything. Now China will have to be told. Pakistan army is the main culprit in the whole game. Our problem, logistics infrastructure has to be started with breakneck speed. Now, when we sit down and make a fresh doctrine and security policy for Jammu and Kashmir and all the external threats from China included, then we have to draw out our step by step. What should be the initial action and what should be the subsequent action to achieve our main objective, and that is the PoK. Now we come to the second aspect, the main aspect, and that is when we want PoK, when we say PoK is ours, then it is ours. When a diplomat went to Singapore, they went to other countries, when they ask, who does the Jammu and Kashmir belong? When we say ours, you know what they say? Then take it. The question is, this has been going on. When I was a spokesperson, the team which came from Singapore and America, there was a big meeting in the ministry. And that is what they said, take it. The question is, we did not understand what is this, take it. You see, because our internal policies are such that our own resources are frittering away. We don't know how to use our defense. We don't know how to use our paramilitary forces. In fact, we are so scared of our own defenses and paramilitary forces that actually the political leadership feels threatened by them. That is the truth which I am mentioning to you. So unless we start getting scared of our own shadows, father stops getting scared of his own sons, then only we can make a proper policy. So the proper policy now should be, when we have decided that J&K and PoK is ours, then the initial action must be that we must stop all the basic ingoing problems which will come in our way. These little irritants like Talibans, like terrorists, the false propaganda. Now our war will be in 4 or 5 fronts. Even in the initial action, the diplomatic corps will work relentlessly in creating a proper image, a proper message, a proper statement of case about the objectives of India, and the foreign policy will be done. The paramilitary forces will start going, and intelligence will start going and weeding out these irritants like militants, informers, financiers, sleeper cells, all these things at a war speed, a breakneck speed. We will have to start eliminating them. Eliminating means you don't catch them, shoot them. You start using the law of the land, try them for howsoever the law goes. But you have to stop them, and the most effective way of stopping them has to be found out. And then our policies will be very clear as to how can we handle these people, how can we handle these stone throwers, these terrorists. All these things will be very clear. So this is what we have to now make sure, that how do we work out on this. So when we work out on this, then our policy has formed up. Now we ask our fighting forces to now start getting into action wherever they are required. So the paramilitary forces start holding the security, internal security, and the army now starts getting into the main job of clearing the PoK. See, when I am talking, it sounds very simple. Start clearing, it means war, and war is a serious thing. We have to undertake this serious operation now or never. It will be now or never. If you can't do it now, for the next 100 years you will not be able to do it. So all the actions have been taken are very rightly, right, 370, etc. in the right direction. They are having a right effect all over. This is one aspect. On the main aspect on our border, we should start clearing off. Till such time, PoK is ours. Now, how the war front is going to be handled, I will not discuss it now. How Air Force, Army and all, that is not the question. On the other hand, we will now get into extend our diplomatic activity, a political activity, trans-border political activity into Pakistan. Sindh. Let's catch it. Sindh is on fire, and we have failed to cash on the Sindh problem, the Balochistan problem. Balochistan, we only started speaking now, 2 years back. Why? The Balochistan was alive when the question, when I was a little boy, the Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, this, that, and I heard our elders talking and discussing the whole thing, and yet we did nothing about it. It means there was something wrong with our political system. Now, what is wrong with our political system? We have to write a white paper on it. Does it suit us? Does it suit Indian polity? Does it suit Indian type of democracy? The threat which India has, what threat we have, Switzerland does not have. Denmark does not have. Even Saudi Arabia does not have. We have different types of threat. For us, we have to manipulate and put the different sort of machinery to handle this. How do we handle Taliban? Afghanistan, they are coming out. We have to first secure our borders. Absolutely correct. Our internal security, we have to secure. Start taking the PoK. And now when I told you, extend our political activity offensively into Pakistan, that is where we start supporting Sindh movement, start supporting Balochistan movement. If there could be Purulia arms drop in India by people from outside supplying heavy mortars and heavy rocket launchers, etc. So-called people said they are for some Anandamargi or something like this. You know, our own government was trying to cover it up. Let this not happen. We can do the similar thing outside. This is what Chanakya Niti will tell you. Until and unless we strengthen the arms of MQM in Sindh and all that area, and Baloch movement and Pashtun movement, we will not be able to achieve. Let Pakistan break up. When Pakistan will start cracking at the base, they will not have the stomach to stand the fight in Kashmir until we do that. Secondly, let all this. Third very important aspect is socio-religious aspect. The whole problem of Kashmir has been based on Hindu-Muslim divide. The whole independence movement is on Hindu-Muslim divide. Let this not be a weapon against us. Let this Muslim aspect become the weapon for us in hand. We realize that we have more Muslims in India than entire Pakistan, who are actually, I know it very well, even more loyal than me to India. I can stand by them any time. Let me tell you this one thing, and culturally we have been supporting Muslims for a long time. I personally belong to a community called Hussaini Brahmins, who fought in Karbala on one side. If it could be done that time, why couldn't it be done now? Until we send a message to our Muslim brothers, we are with you. They will be the strongest sword arm for us. They will be. But we never even make a move to tell them this. We always let the political activity, vote gathering activity come in our way, and we kill this issue. And when you talk about this issue, people say, "Tum vote lena chahta, tabhi aisi bakwas kar raha hai." This sort of a thing we have to shy off. We have to now strengthen, take our own Muslim brothers and tell them this. They will convince the people around the world that the Pakistan is a sham. You know, the clerics and the leaders from Saudi have come and said that Pakistan is 70 years old, full of converts. They have no right to even talk of Kashmir. They should first handle their Balochistan and all those things. They are talking like that. Why did we fail to catch on this? So we have to start on our intelligence front, on the internal. We have to start on the military front, and PoK has to be ours in the shortest possible time, which include Gilgit, Hunza, Skardu, all the Aksai Chin area, everything. Now China will have to be told, listen, we want good relations with you. Your Tibet, we are not interfering. We are going to support you. We are the largest market for your product. Now you cannot play double game with us by occupying Aksai Chin. You please do something about it. Either they vacate themselves, and you tell them that we will not let your CPEC be any problem. If your CPEC supports us, is good for us also, we will make sure. And if you study CPEC, India can gain out of it at all also. We must be of open mind, and then sit down with China, have a dialogue, and tell them, listen, your adjustments will be required, our adjustment will be required. We will meet the whole scenario, but PoK is coming to us. They must also understand. So when PoK is coming to us, and then we must stop at PoK. until and unless the situation demands that we do a Balakot sort of a thing. Well, do it. Then Rawalpindi is not also too far, and D.I. Khan and Dera Ghazi and Dera Ismail Khan is not too far, and Karachi is not too far. But the question is, we must be absolutely sure what we want. We only want PoK at that moment, and we want Pakistan to survive as a democratic country. And lastly, I must tell you, whole problem is not only on Hindu-Muslim divide, that is one thing, but Pakistan Army. Pakistan Army is the main culprit in the whole game. Now you'll ask me why. Pakistan Army is one army which has a country. Other countries have an army. India has an army, but Pakistan Army has a country. Means the General Bajwa is making PM Imran Khan sit on the horse, but he's holding the reins. So army now does not even want to sit on the horse. They don't want to expose themselves. They want a very sort of a meek sort of a figure. You see Bajwa standing mutely behind Prime Minister in the photographs, but actually he is controlling the shots. That is what we must now realize and get the Pakistan army on the run. And for that, what I said, the first, that our army must aim at Pakistan army, whatever may be. We may exceed our limits. Limits means we may even start the ceasefire violation. Why should we wait for them to start the ceasefire violation? We should do that and let them be on the run. You will be surprised, Pakistan people will actually worship you. They will tell, thank God India. The Prime Minister of Pakistan will actually thank you. But question is, how do you get rid of that betal who is sitting on their back? That is the main problem. Army is a very, very difficult thing to handle. And Pakistan Army, why? Now you will ask me another question. Why Pakistan Army is interested? Because 85% of the business, that is of Tijarat interest, is through the associations of Army, Navy and Air Force. They don't want to lose this goose that lays the golden eggs. Why should it? So they are very happy with this situation. They couldn't care less whether Pakistani children are getting milk or bread or not. They're not interested. As far as they have got 20 acre, 200 acre, 500 acre bungalows they have got on the border. This is the land they possess. Horses, they have got guns, mortars in their own houses for their air defense. So let me tell you one thing. Until and unless Pakistan Army goes and comes into its right place, this problem will keep festering. This wound will not heal. So these are a couple of problems. And then the border, our roads, we have practically nil roads on the Chinese side, on the northeast. Chinese troops come by train, by buses, actually offload on the tactical battle area. You take 18 days to reach with mules and all those things. So our problem, logistics infrastructure has to be started with breakneck speed.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.